Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG coming at you again with another live duel. This time it is Shane and I testing for our 3v3 coming up this weekend at Tables and Towers in outside Baltimore, Maryland. So be sure to check that out. We will be there. It's a 3v3. It's our favorite. So Shane is trying to determine if he wants to play Sword Soul or if he's going to play Phantom Knights. Of course, you know I'm playing Virtual World. So we decided to test it out a little bit. I played PK against mine, so I got to play. I'm familiar with PK, so I could help him out. But basically, we're going to see Shane on the left. He's playing PK, and I am on the right, and I will be playing Virtual World Adventure with a little spice. As you're going to see in this video, I'm leaking this prior to the 3v3, but I'm telling you, my list is spicy. I can't wait to show you it. So let's go ahead and dive on into it.
House of Cards.
TCG.
Alright, so going into game one, this is, please a reminder to like and subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to touch with what we put out. We put up usually daily videos and different things like that, as well as deck profiles and a lot of tips on how to become a better duelist. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. We truly appreciate it. We are almost at 2,000 subs, and we're trying to get there by the end of the month. But yeah, my list is spicy, my VW list. You're going to see it here why it's so spicy in this duel. Again, leaking this prior to the 3v3, so, but it's going to be insane. I can't wait to show you the results. We're going to be doing a live vlog at the 3v3 too, so I can't wait to show that. We're going to edit it and everything else. So I think that Shane wins the dice roll here, and he's going to decide to go first. He's going to open up with a Right of Armisier. That's going to go ahead and bring him out a token, and then go ahead and bring out the Faithful Adventurer from deck. And basically that's the PK starter to help him not get nibbed and be able to play through and set up the Scythe Lock on you. So the question is, can I beat Scythe Lock? And the answer to that is, in my hand, I know for a fact, I remember correctly this game one, I have Gamma and Callby in my hand. That's how you beat it. Gamma, I was main decking. I'm not still 100% sold on main decking Gamma. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. Maybe Chalice. Maybe Imperm. I don't know. I haven't decided. The extra brick being driver, which is also in my hand right now, is unfortunate, but he's going to go ahead and, I think, special summon out the Water Enchantress. So I'm explaining to him that the Water Enchantress activates in hand. We're just messing with him, but I do have Gamma, though, so it is important to know. So then he's going to go ahead and grab the Draco back off of the Faithful Adventurer. So I think he brought out the Water Enchantress in order to be able to get that. Looking at his hand, he's got Draco back, E-Telly, Celestial, and Torn Scales. So the Torn Scales is, actually the E-Telly is probably the best way that he's going to be able to get that out. I guess if I would have hit Cherubini, no, he still makes Rusty, he still goes through it, so it doesn't matter. And again, Cherubini sends for cost, so that's something important to note there. So we are going to go ahead and see him discard the Draco back, and then equip it to the token, and then he's going to be able to special summon out the Griffin.
I think you screwed up with the Enchantress. I'm gonna link it off anyway. I think I put it here and it not matter.
So the Griffin does come out. That is the Omni Negate that requires. Oh, you know what? Ogre could be really good actually. If I do 1 Ogre and 3 Ash maybe instead of Gamma in my main deck. I don't know. Something to think about. I better figure it out because I only have 3 days to decide. Actually, probably when this video comes out, only a day.
He didn't show up. Actually back to the duel.
Yeah, so it's going to be, our team is actually going to be pretty good. We have Shane, either PK or Sword Soul, me on VW, and then our third is on Striker, which you're going to see a lot of him on the channel too upcoming. I'll be able to show him off. So he's going to go ahead and bring out Cherubini using the Enchantress and the Torn Scales. Cherubini's then going to be able to send out a card.
I want you to win, Shane.
It looks like he's trying to send Boots. I think it's incorrect. Well, actually, no, because he needs a way to... Yeah, you definitely send Cloak, right? Cloak, that goes ahead and grabs Boots. Then you summon back Torn Scales, special summon out Boots. Then you go into the Rusty. So let's see what Shane decides to do. He still has E-Telly in hand too, but the problem is he should have used the E-Telly in order to go into the Cherubini because Rusty has to be dark, and most of the E-Telly targets are lights. So E-Telly could be dead trying to go into Rusty, but it is a level 3 that allows you to maybe go into Break Sword. I don't think Break Sword requires dark. I'd have to double check Break Sword and read Break Sword, but I don't think it does. Let's see what Shane. Or actually, it could be Anaconda target too, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to go say Cloak, grab Boots. That's going to trigger Torn Scales on Res to go ahead and summon itself back. I should have gammed that Torn Scales. I would have shut him down. Because now he can't summon Boots. No, because he did normal summon the Torn Scales. Ah, that would have been the hit right there. I should have picked up on that. But again, it's all for testing. And also, I have Gamma Called By in my hand, so I'm not really too concerned about a Scythe Lock. Levier is then going to go ahead and bring back Cloak.
Not the ultras. I like the dual tournament. You see the foil? That's my favorite.
So I guess that's how he's going to protect Torrent Scales from getting banished there. Now he can take the Cloak and the Cherubini. That can go into a Rusty.
I don't want to any conflict with pop extremities.
Let's see what he does, what he decides to do here.
And duality work together.
Again, Shane's still learning the PK deck, so if you see a more optimal play, let us know down below. He's an incredible Sword Soul player, but he's just trying to decide. I encourage him to still play Sword Soul, especially this close to a tourney, but who knows?
I don't know what's in your hand. That's the problem.
Here I'm just kind of helping him out. I'm just looking at different lines. Let's go ahead and we'll just fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, why would you not let me just rebuy?
Because you're wasting cloak here.
What do you mean wasting cloak?
Because you can't use its effective boost. But yeah, it's fine. I'll take cloak and that's
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and see the Rusty come out here.
I
Try to get back to normal speed. It just want to speed it up just a little bit.
Because
Because again, we're testing, so we're trying to figure out what the best optimal plays are. But we are gonna see the Rusty come down. Now he can go ahead and activate Rusty effect. That's gonna be able to send. I would assume it's gonna be gloves.
DQ.
He just made Rusty.
He already has Torn Scales. He already has boots down there. He already had used Cloak. I think it's definitely a gloves call here. And we're not gonna be able to see it because it's off camera.
Did it ship it?
That's so fortunate. Gotta love that camera angle. I wonder if there's a better way to get over the top. I gotta like hang a phone or a camera from the ceiling so you just get the complete over the top. Then we're gonna see a Rusty set, a Fog Blade here.
It's like a custom set.
It's a little bit better for what he's trying to do.
All right, so let's see if we can what we can
So
do.
that's the other thing I want to
Kind
say.
of processor.
It's a
We're talking about my new computer that I'm getting in order to upgrade the system so I can go live more often. All right, let's see.
Yeah, if you want to
Shane's
upgrade
definitely a
budget,
thinker, so we're gonna see what he decides to do. He's gonna go ahead and banish Boots. Boots is gonna go ahead and get Shade.
the same. Okay. And I don't
Then he
think
could go
there's that much of an
Shade
upgrade, so I can definitely
and Levier into Dagda.
What is it? A better GPU with mine?
Then he just has
No,
to
it's like the same GPU. but the
figure
difference
one
is
thing
the
out in
processor
order
he
to
used
trigger
have.
Dagda, go into
It's
Enforcer,
gonna
and that's gonna
benchmark
get the
out,
Scythe Lock.
especially
Also, if
with
you haven't
3.7,
noticed, if you didn't know this already,
top
PK
three
players nowadays,
processors for
they are
NVIDIA
able to
or
light Lancia and Scythe Lock you in the same turn. It's actually going to say they trigger Dagda on their turn to set Scythe, and then on their turn they activate Enforcer, chain Dagda, and then it sets the Lancia, and then Enforcer resolves popping Lancia and popping Scythe, and then you get to trigger both Engrave to summon back as long as they have 2 spots, and then they just activate Lancia to tribute. Now you're Lancia locked and you're Scythe locked. It's actually insane.
With Dagda, or do you have to go with Link Spider first?
It's just 2 monsters.
So it's actually insane. He's going to go ahead and banish Gloves here. Gloves is going to go ahead and send, I would imagine, a Fog Blade. Like, that's the only thing that really makes sense.
I don't play wings.
Sword?
I don't play that.
Yeah, we're talking, so it's definitely a Fog Blade that he sent there. And it was a Gloves, obviously, that he sent on the prior with Rusty. So he's going to go ahead and Fog Blade, bring back Cloak.
Effect, target, Rusty.
Cloak effect triggers Dagda. That's going to go ahead and set the Scythe from deck. And I don't even think the Scythe Lock is like, yeah, that's oppressive. And it's not the end of the world, though. I mean, PK it is because they can just OTK you next turn, but I don't know.
Yeah,
It's weird.
things on there. Like when
You just have to play outs to it, like Droplet and Chalice, honestly. That's the only way that you beat the Scythe Lock. Or called by Gamma. That's why I main deck Gamma right now, because I don't want to get Scythe Locked.
I think I'm going to E-Telly.
Now he's going to go ahead and activate E-Telly.
Yeah, E-Telly? Dude, you could have done this combo so differently.
Again, he's trying to get me on the Lancia Scythe Lock. Is basically the goal of his, and we're testing. So like, so he's trying to get me on the Lancia Scythe Lock is what he's trying to do here. So then that's going to go ahead and bring out the Anaconda,
Yeah, is fine. Doesn't conflict.
and then he goes ahead and triggers the Anaconda. That's going to go ahead and bring out the Enforcer, and now he's got the Scythe Lock and the Lancia Lock coming up. So pretty strong, not gonna lie. The problem is that his zones are all taken up, so he actually can't do both. He can only Scythe it, he can only Lancia lock me. He's got to, right here, he's got to activate Enforcer, pop his Anaconda, get that off the field. He forgets to do that. I let him take it back and let him go ahead. Also, on my turn, I should note, because we are testing, I top deck a Chuchi, and I already had a Chuchi in hand. So
I just needed a fucking starter. That's all I
I
needed.
just told him, I said, dude, I just need a starter. Like, in my hand, I was like, so I traded Chuchi in for a starter in order so we could test and so we could play. And that's how you should play test, because you want to be able to provide good content. You want to be able to test. You want to see, okay, can I break this board? Can I OTK here? And what is my lines to OTK with Gamma and Call By and a starter here? So, basically, that's what we decided to do. So he's going to go ahead and activate Enforcer, trigger Dagda, set Lancia. But yeah, so I was like, look, I have Chuchi, Gamma, Driver, called by, and another Chuchi. Let me switch the Chuchi for a Lulu,
Yo, let me
and
get
let's
one
see if we
starter.
can break this
I'm
board
just
and what
gonna
we
do
could
this. I'm
do.
gonna mention it in the video.
No.
All right, no, for real. Let me see if I can.
Yeah,
play this.
so-
I'm sorry. I'm gonna switch this for.
So yeah, so
Is that
we
your
top
activate?
deck Chuchi,
I'm
so
gonna
then
switch this for
we're gonna
Lulu
switch
right
that
now.
out for
That's fine.
Lulu.
All right.
And like I said, I allow him to take back
Oh,
his
let me go
play
back
at the end of
into
phase where he
the end
pops
phase.
his Anaconda and Enforcer.
This is the same play.
No, it's different. I don't have enough room to summon this.
So I let him take that back. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so in the
fine.
end phase, I would do Enforcer, pop itself. Nice.
Yeah, so
you
that
play
actually
by.
doesn't change anything because he still doesn't have
Change
zones
that
because he
these
still
two.
can't pop both.
I love that. Pop these two.
Yeah, I know you should have.
Chain link 1, chain link 2.
Correct. You should have used Enforcer right in phase.
And then chain link 1, chain link 2.
All right, so I'm shuffling Chuchi back, grabbing the Lulu.
Actually, I should take that back because he can't pop both of those.
Trigger's your cost.
Well, first off, go back.
Yeah, trigger's
Go
your
back,
cost.
go back.
Yeah, we're gonna take it back
Go
to make
go
sure
back.
that is correct.
Yeah, the guard deals hand.
Okay, so we're using Enforcer.
So we added Lulu to our
Enforcer
hand in
is-
order to see if
what
we
do you
can
pop
break
with
the
Enforcer?
board.
You're not popping
Again,
Enforcer
this is
in
just
phase.
for
That's 3 cards.
content. That's why I'm not putting
What do you
live at locals or anything. This is live testing, like it said on the thumbnail. So
I'll pop Scythe.
he's gonna go ahead and pop
We're gonna
Scythe.
back, though. Okay, so we have Scythe here, Lancia here.
So we're gonna take it back. All right, so he's gonna activate
And
Enforcer.
then
It pops too. So.
Enforcer's gonna
in
pop.
phase,
Oh no, Party Plan was here, I popped it.
yes, stand by. This comes back,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we're open game state.
So now activate
So
Enforcer.
activate Enforcers. When he does, he's gonna pop Scythe and his own Enforcer. Mandatory effect: Scythe Chainlink 1, Enforcer Chainlink 2. If you don't know, Scythe
What?
is mandatory and has to be Chainlink
How?
1.
You can only summon one back.
What?
Why would I pop
Basically, we're
this?
going over and
This is
how
pop.
he
This affects
how he
us.
Lancias
It's not
me and all that
Oh,
stuff.
because you're out of
So
room.
Right.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did
That's
that.
no problem, these two.
so Scythe 1, Enforcer
And
2.
then Chain link 1, mandatory chain link 2.
We're gonna activate Called By.
So I will then.
Alright, GP, Yugi.
Called By on the Scythe.
I'm gonna call by Scythe.
Chain call by to Scythe.
And then obviously he's gonna have to use the Buffalo
I'm gonna chain Gamma to that.
Griffin. And I'm gonna chain Gamma to the Griffin. And again, this is for testing because like this is the stuff that you need to know. All right, so I go ahead and resolve this.
Then Enforcer.
Now it's a matter of to the races can I OTK. He
why I
did
said
take
it's
2,000 for Anaconda, so that's something to note. So when I go in, I just have to deal 6,000 and clear his board. And then in testing, like I said, is this something that I'm able to do? Because I'm gonna face PK in the tourney, like 100%. So I have to be able to clear these boards in OTK.
All right.
Should just get so secret.
So now we go ahead and activate. Oh, it wasn't Chuchi, it was City. Oh, I do have Chuchi in hand. So I just had a City as well. That's why it was so important that I put that Chuchi back. But yeah, so I had City, Chuchi, Gamma Driver, Call By, and my sixth card was another Chuchi. So that's all like I just need that Lulu or anything. We're gonna go ahead and Lulu, target Chuchi.
Send Ching Long.
That's gonna send Ching Long, special out Lulu. Lulu's gonna be able to grab us out either a Kirin or a Roshi. Let's see what we decide here. We definitely have plays, and you guys are about to see the spice of my deck too. It's spicy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's how we break boards. It's how we OTK. Don't leak this until after Sunday. All right, so we're gonna grab Kirin.
I will take.
We also have a Fog Blade we have to deal with, so that's important to note. We're gonna go ahead and Kirin, target Lulu. That's gonna send a Chuchi, and that's gonna send another Ching Long.
I'm gonna send Jean Wu. We're gonna send.
Oh, we send Jean Wu. I apologize.
We're gonna special summon out.
Oh, because we have Driver. It's already a level
We're gonna go
6,
ahead and
so we're already
activate.
straight. And again, Shade's taking 2 for Anaconda, so Roshi I would imagine is grabbing, or Ching Long here is gonna grab Roshi
We're gonna discard
for
Chuchi.
sure. Like I already see this line.
I'm gonna go ahead and Chuchi.
I think we
target
discard
Lulu.
Chuchi in hand. That's why we sent Jean Wu because we had Chuchi in hand. Now we can lower the level of
Beatrice. I'm gonna activate Beatrice effect. Is that okay?
up the level of Lulu. That goes into Beatrice. Beatrice is then gonna go ahead and send. He's got to Fog Blade this, or I get the Enchantress, or I get Griffin. Like that's what I'm saying.
Activate Water Enchantress.
So I send Water Enchantress off Beatrice. Then Water Enchantress effect's gonna banish. We grab right.
Right.
And we're off to the races. Now, we're going to go ahead and write. It's going to go ahead and bring out Token and bring out Faithful Adventurer. We
Oh, yes, we're
only
trying to
have
get-
Roshi,
you
so
know,
we
I'll
can't
have
do that. We have to summon to go ahead and get the Equip spell because we need to bounce. Honestly, if we could bounce that Fog Blade, we'd be straight.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
So we're thinking here. We just need to get a summon out. We're going to have to Roshi and then bring back Lulu.
Millennium Puzzle one I have
That's the only play that we have.
I will go ahead and
I know it's worth that.
We got a Roshi, target Kirin.
take my.
No. Send target Chuchi, send Nian, and then we
I
can
will go
special it
ahead and
out.
Roshi, target the Chuchi.
That's what we're going to do here. Send Nian.
I'm gonna special back Lulu with that effect.
We're gonna special back Lulu.
Faithful Adventurer to search. Draco back.
Search Draco back off the Faithful Adventurer.
And let's,
I wish that glare was a little bit better. We're in Shade's basement dueling right now, and the lighting is just pretty bad. Well, the glare's not terrible. It's not terrible. We're trying to get it all figured out with the glare.
Take the Lulu.
Now we're going to take Lulu and the token. Not yet. No, we're not. No, we're
We're
not.
going to take the Kieran and the Gamma.
We're going to take Kieran and Gamma. That's an 8.
Take Baxia.
We're going to go for
Baxia,
Baxia.
Baxia.
That's correct. So Baxia can now, because Kieran is a worm, it can target 1 and spin back. So we're going to target the Fog Blade to spin it back. Yes, you saw it here correct. That is Baxia in a virtual world deck.
Get to hand. Okay.
And this is how we're going to force the Fog Blade. It's our only interruption.
It's fine.
Like,
We're going to go ahead
that's
and
it.
activate Chuchi to pop the Fog Blade.
So now we're going to
let me
chain
do that.
Chuchi, popping the Fog Blade. And that's going to go ahead and get rid of... No, are we doing that?
But what we will do is we'll take the
No, we're not doing that yet. Okay, so we forced out the Fog Blade.
token.
Now we're going to take the Lulu and the token.
make
And this is, yes, Yazi.
effect targeting itself.
Yazi.
Target the
Yazi targeting itself and the Rusty.
Yazi, target Rusty and itself.
Yep.
Okay. Yazi effect.
I'm just helping him out here now. So we got over the Rusty.
Bring out Tai.
Bring out Tai. Banish. Bring out another token.
These two.
Now we take those two to make Grandmaster. Because we already used Baxia here
Grandmaster
to
effect.
force out the Fog Blade. So we get Grandmaster. Grandmaster's going to be able to search. We search out Blackout.
Now we can go ahead and
We have a token and a Dagda to get over and have to deal 6,000. I think we still have Jean Wu. We still have... We probably should have Draco backed. Used Draco back. And then, well, we kind of need the discard fodder. Not really, though. We probably could have Draco back, bounced something, and that would have been an easier game. But again, that's why we test. And that's why it's really important to watch this back, too, to see what we could have done that's more optimal.
back in.
Let me change
But we're going to go ahead to Jean Wu. Jean Wu's going to bring back Niem. And then we take those two, and that's going to go for a Shinshin. And then this is
Chuchi effect.
Chuchi. Then going to go ahead and pop
We're gonna pop your token.
the token, get that off the field, and let's see if that's game. Grandmaster's 28 swings over Dagda, plus Shinshin. Do we have anything else? Oh, and Beatrice. Yeah, that's game.
You're at me.
How to break your board? How to break your board?
So that is game. It looks like we're going to move on into, just to confirm. So
Crazy thing is
28
There's one
over
fog blade.
15. I believe that's
You had to break one fog
13.
blade.
in a scythe lock and do all that.
It was this thing,
38.
All right, so this swings into here. That's 1,300. And then
Let's see.
that's 2,800 direct, and then 2,500 direct.
Yes, that is game because 28 plus 25 on Beatrice plus 13 from the Grandmaster side of game. So we are going to move on to game 2 and see if we can crack the scythe lock. All right, moving on into game 2. Sorry, I was trying to dissect what was going on at the end of game 1, and I'm watching it for the first time back as you guys are as well. So that was pretty good. Like I said, Baxia and Yazi are actually insane in Virtual World if you can utilize the Adventure engine. But again, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 2,000 subs by the end of the month, and we are so close. We appreciate everybody's support. But yeah, Yazi and Baxia are actually insane in this deck. And so when I bring this to the 3v3, people are not going to expect it. You just play one Tai, one Blackout in the deck, and then you could go into the set yourself up on follow-up to have the right and have Lulu. Then right makes token with Lulu, makes Yazi. Yazi pops, brings out Taib. You banish Yazi, bring out token, go into Baxia, spin 2, and it's just insane to break boards. So here we go. We're gonna let Shane do his thing. He's gonna go first. So Shane's gonna go ahead and activate E-Tele. He's got the collector's rare. We're just peeping it real quick.
You just break.
So we're gonna see Shane bring out the, I would imagine, Psychic Wielder. That's usually my target. Only because if you open up the tracker, it's got more attack, so then you can actually E-Tele summons. That's fine. You can, tracker actually has more attack. If it ever came up, you can normal summon and attack over some different things. I think it's at 1,600, so it actually pairs well with an Appaloosa for 2. So usually on E-Tele, if I don't have it, I bring out Wielder always. He's gonna go ahead and normal out the Torn Scales. And he's going to take both of those, go into the Cherubini. And keep in mind, Cherubini is a cost effect to send. So even if you have to hit this on summon if you decide.
Damn.
I just dropped 2 Lulus from my hand.
So the good you saw it, didn't you?
We're going to see him send the Cloak for the Cherubini.
You hurry. You're not allowed to play combo deck, man. It's not fair.
And, ooh, he just flashed a Fusion Destiny, actually. I just saw that Fusion Destiny in his hand. That's insane.
I broke your board.
One fog blade.
Looks like
with a
fog
deck that
blade.
doesn't activate effects on the field.
We're talking back and forth. Shane's salty because I added the Lulu in hand, but I'm like, we're testing, man. What's going on? All right, so we're going to see a Cloak. Cloak's going to go ahead and grab
You haven't
Boots.
played audio.
No, I cut the audio and we saw it.
Rez.
Then we're going to go ahead and bring back the Torn Scales.
Yeah, so the
Because,
computer, if you look, I got
Phantom
that
Knight's
closing on
card was
23rd,
banished.
closing on 24th. that's kind of like my reward to myself. It's like, all right.
Are the new i5s as good as like the?
Then I would imagine we're gonna see, because he doesn't have a follow up. He's got Draco back, Fusion Destiny, Fogblade, so he definitely doesn't have it. He probably activates Torn Scales here. Is the play that you want to do? Pitch the Fogblade from hand, then you could send a Gloves, and you could Fogblade, bring back Gloves, use that to go into the. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so he's gonna send the Draco back. That's gonna send a Gloves.
They're pretty much like neck and neck, right?
Yeah, there's not too much difference.
Oh, he is using Torn Scales effect. Okay, yeah, he is. But I would have sent
Would you do Cherubini, send
Fogblade, I
Gloves?
Oh,
think.
Why don't you Cherubini send
Torn
Enchantress?
Scales, gloves.
Why don't you send Enchantress here?
'Cause I didn't have access to another.
Cherubini sends.
We're talking about whether he should have sent Enchantress or not. So we're looking back on it, and basically that's what we're contemplating. We're going back and forth, just thinking if Enchantress is a better play. All right, we're gonna go back. So let me just speed this up a little bit.
My hand was fucking fire to it.
I'll let this one play out so you guys can watch it, but I scoop here because I can't play through a Scythe block, and then he's just gonna OTK. So that's what we're gonna do here. I will speed this up so you guys can finish watching it. If not, you can just kick it up and go over to game 3, because like I said, I do end up scooping here. So
That's so good.
we can let's play through, and then I'll catch you
So,
over at game
let's see the
3.
combo line.
I can't wait to sit here, do nothing in the tournament.
What do you think about these?
Damn, you're not even Scythe locking me.
I would side lock you.
You would?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Dude,
You
I hard opened this. I didn't even need to make it found. It'd be so easy to side lock you. It's any two monsters.
Yeah, Enchantress actually you don't even need, honestly.
I could have just made Dagda and then side locked you.
Yeah, like honestly, if you go E-Telly, bring him out, and then I would probably just go Torn Scales activate effect, pick for Fogblade. Honestly,
Why
that's
pitch
it.
the Fogblade? The Draco back is free.
This is also free extender.
Yeah, but I'd rather have this than the Draco back. Doing nothing.
Why? If I go, let me see. If I go,
What are you gonna do with the Draco back?
nothing. It's gonna be other discard fodder. Like it's fine. So then you send, right? That's my deck. So it's gonna send cloak. You cloak effects, search
And
boots,
boots, yeah.
boots summon. Then you can take these two guys. I'm gonna make Cherubini. Then we send Cherubini effects and gloves. Because you can't activate right because you use Torn Scales.
That's what you have to say before we go.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the same
This is
line.
the exact thing I did.
At
Except,
least my gold
except the difference was,
Except I just probably got that.
That's the best rarity.
Alright, drop Lancia. This is my only 1 second hope.
All right, going in to
Let's-
game
let me just
3,
add it and see if you
y'all
can-
finally get to
That's
see
not fun
what
testing. I-
Virtual
it's not
World
just the whole
Adventure
hand,
can
that's
do,
just
because it is insane when I pop off, especially if I go uninterrupted, and PK plays a limited amount of hand traps. So if I can pop off and go uninterrupted, I set up a board that's pretty much just unbreakable, and there's no way that they can stop it.
He was on Steam channel.
It's insane what my deck build is, and then, again, after the 3v3, I will be dropping all of our deck lists on the team. We have a striker, either PK or Sword Soul, and we'll have my Virtual World list. All will be dropped after the 3v3 this Sunday. So, and again, if you want to go check that out, it's at Tables and Towers outside Baltimore, Maryland. And that's going to be this Sunday, February 20th. We're going to be playing, and I'm super excited. If you're there, come in, say hi, introduce yourself, man, so we can become friends and play test a lot, because we play a little bit. Lot actually. So, all right, here we go. We get to see my opening hand. Let's see if we can combo off. In Shane's hand, I do not see a single hand trap. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the right. Right's gonna bring out token. That's gonna go ahead and get Fateful Adventurer out. Now we can probably activate Fateful Adventurer, I would imagine.
I know what it means.
It all depends on the line that we do here. Let's see what we decide.
It says you can't play.
I'm contemplating. I must have bricked a tad and just thinking about how I get my plays out.
I don't have any interruptions to go ahead.
Is it
Looks like I am using the Faithful Adventurer. That's going to grab the Griffin. And we're going to pitch a...
That sounds like it.
Let's see what we're going to pitch. Oh, I did not discard yet. I'm going to grab Draco back. Hold on. Please discard so I don't mess this up.
Go out first.
Damn, it's so unfortunate.
It's a Chuchi in hand, so I definitely discard the Chuchi. Oh, I misplayed. I didn't discard off the Griffin search. That's unfortunate.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry for that, guys. That's why we play test. But yeah, I definitely misplayed there, and that's unfortunate.
Right's good.
So he's going to go ahead and activate Right. Right brings out a token. And the Faithful Adventurer. I wonder what my 3 sets are, actually, now that I think about it. I probably played Chalice. I probably played Call By. I probably played a Chuchi. But Chuchi should have been discarded, if there is a Chuchi there. So no VW here. That's unfortunate. That happens sometimes. So I guess I wasn't able to full combo and show you the potential of the deck.
All of his deck profiles are your own.
So we're gonna see Shane get the Faithful Venture out. He's got Fusion Destiny. That's pretty much it. That's all I see in his hand too. I think that he may have bricked as well. So we're gonna go ahead. He's gonna activate Faithful Venture. We're gonna go ahead and chain our Griffin. That's gonna shuffle back into the grave, and then he still has the Fusion Destiny. I think I definitely have Call By set, so he's got a 1 in 3 chance of not getting hit by the Call By once he brings out the Enforcer.
Found him?
Also, you see my Karibo token there? Isn't that
You know what's really good is
amazing?
on that too?
I love my
Necro Valley.
Karibo token.
I
I
said
can't play
Necro.
that with my Mystic Vine.
No, it's
Look,
all
Shane
good.
takes forever to play. You see this, and he's just thinking, all right, normal summon the Greaves. About time. He links that off for a Link Spider.
This is your play.
Seems pretty good.
He's going to try to Scythe lock me. That's what he's going to do. He's going to take both of those, go for a Dagda, then activate Fusion Destiny from hand. That's his blind. Okay.
Freaky fish.
So he goes ahead, brings out the Dagda.
60K. So it's-
Now he can go ahead and activate Fusion Destiny from hand.
Oh, he lost a Sword Soul. Trash this thing.
What's his other card? I wish I could see it a little bit better. The lighting is terrible.
Okay.
Triggers the Dagda,
3 Mystic Vines. Solid. 3 Prohibition.
and it looks like we're going to let that go through. Also, I don't play the Scythe lock in my VW deck. I think it's terrible. I would never trade a Baron for a Scythe. I think that's just incorrect.
Hold on, what's going
I mean,
I'm activating Fusion Destiny. Can I?
it's insane. Like, they easily break that. So I just don't play Scythe in my VW list. So none of those in my back row are Scythe.
on? Is if multiple things trigger at the same time.
You good?
Yeah, so, all right, he's going to go ahead and bring out the Scythe. And, oh, Lancia. He's going to hit that Lancia on me. And he drops, oh, he's got Scythe in his hand. Yo, that's insane.
He just playing card mode?
He opens Scythe,
3 Prohibition.
so he's got the Scythe Lancia lock on me.
He mains it.
Yeah, he said fuck.
You know what's unfortunate is I think I bricked, and so this is why the Scythe lock doesn't matter. But I do think I have called by.
You don't need that.
So I just call by the Enforcer. He Scythe and Lancia locks me and does nothing. I don't care because there's nothing I could do anyway. I could just Draco back the Scythe. All right, let's see what happens here.
You have 2 cards in your hand. You have your entire game.
Battle phase, he's going to swing with the Enforcer and the Dagda. Get rid of my token.
Main phase. 2.
Take a little bit of damage there. I think I take like 1,500. I think Dagda's
You
1,500
don't need
attack.
prosperity on that. That's the thing.
He does have a Fog Blade too, so he just sets them both, right? Like that's the only thing that you
Not
could
just
do.
Yours?
So we got to play through a Fog Blade, Scythe, Lancia, Enforcer. This is pretty good.
Effect.
We stop a lot of decks.
Fine.
He's got a 1 in 3 chance right here to hit the call by,
Thank you.
and he hits the Faithful Adventurer. And I'm gonna call by his Enforcer. Let's go! Yo, it's insane. He sets
Behind you, that's
3,
You want the stack that has like sleep cards in it?
and I hit the Enforcer. Cynthia or Scythe and Lancia lock are dead. Let's go. Now we just have to open a starter, honestly.
The Japanese card.
Something to play.
Are these worth anything?
Oh no.
Me neither. Some of them are like all.
Some of them could be.
All right, we're going to go ahead and see.
Yep.
E-Telly there. Okay, so we go ahead and see the E-Telly. E-Telly's going to bring out Lulu. If we can get to a right, this is again the Yazi play that I was talking about.
Normal summon
There it is.
Tai.
Normal summon Tai.
Which one?
The Curse of Dragon.
Oh, it's LB first, but it's Japanese, English, or whatever.
We assume that he's got a Fog Blade too, so like we just have to get out the Fog Blade. There's nothing that we could do. We just have to force Fog Blade. He's dead in his hand right now. He's got a Greaves, and that's basically it. So we just have to force it out. Oh, we go battle phase here. So we're going to battle phase Tai hits into the Dagda. Then we're going to swing, get some damage with Lulu. Because again, we assume that he's got a Fog Blade back there. And so if I go for Yazi, he's probably going to go ahead and Fog Blade
You
it.
see it in there? I think it's
So
on black sleeve.
that's why I bring them two out and get some damage in.
I would just play prosperity.
It's great. It literally goes against my win condition.
Yeah. Prosperity search is for 3 then.
So we're gonna go ahead and see him. I'm probably synchroing for the Yazi because we have to force the Fog Blade somehow, some way. Like, so we do get out Yazi.
Target itself and this card.
We're gonna go ahead and target the one set.
I'll chain it.
Thankfully, it wasn't a Scythe. All right, that's insane. So
And we will pass to you, sir.
I'm gonna pass over to him. He's on top deck city right now.
Alright, don't.
It looks like he does top deck a Boots, but does nothing. He could Dasher summon it out, and then he has Celestial Draw. Celestial Draws can get him pretty far. He says normal, but it's not normal. We take it back. We let him go back because it definitely should have been either a Greaves or a Dasher summon there. So it 100% was not the normal. Now he can use the Celestial. Celestial and Dasher is going to go ahead and let him draw 2. That's going to go ahead and let him grab a Rhoda. Rhoda's then going to go ahead and let him search out a Torn Scales. I think Torn Scales is 100% correct here. He does. Okay, then he normal summons out the Torn Scales.
Oh, no, you normal deck.
Now we just have to stop a Cherubini, essentially, because he doesn't really have anything else going on. He has 1 card in hand. With nothing engraved, and we don't have Chuchi live, if that is a Chuchi set. But again, Chuchi should have been banished anyway. Which would have been insane, because that could have been a Baron. Oh my gosh, if I would have discarded off the Faithful Adventurer search, I'd have Chuchi. Chuchi up the level of Lulu. Lulu and Tai make Baron. Baron pop the Fogblade, chain Fogblade, negate. Now we're swinging with Baron. That was the play. I misplayed that by not discarding. That not discarding off of Chuchi, or off of Faithful Adventurer actually kind of hurt me, so I paid for it. So he's going to go ahead and Boots. I don't know what he sent there. I have to go back. I was too busy contemplating my plays to see where my back rows went. Imagine a Chalice. Maybe.
Set, activate.
Well, you would set it first, and then I
Yep.
could respond. But
Set, anything?
I don't think I have anything. No, you did.
Activate.
Alright, so it does look like I have a Droplet Chuchi there, so I do go ahead and negated something there. I'm not actually, I was going over my plays back and forth in my head trying to figure it out, so
What's up, man?
I wasn't able to catch it.
Oh shoot! I called the active out.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. No worries.
So let's see what he does here. He's going to go ahead and take the Shade, and he's going to take the
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Cherubini. That's going to make Rusty. Rusty Effect is going to activate. Rusty Effect is going to go ahead and set and send. He went through most of his engine here already. So I would imagine he sends a Gloves or another Torn Scales, maybe.
No, I can't let him play.
Could have been Cloak, actually. I don't think he's used Cloak.
It's technically for Kevin.
Is it coming?
I don't know. Probably.
Oh, hell no.
My battery's right there.
No, time to play DDDs is so much better. DDDs are
All the
insane.
guys is
We're,
completely different.
here we're just talking about DDDs in general and how good DDDs are. If you guys haven't tested DDDs, I fully have tested this deck, and I would 100% expect to see it at the tournament this weekend. Especially because Pac played it. Everybody wants it, right?
You'll love to see it.
I don't think that he has a play from here. I guess he could go ahead and
Cloak effect?
Cloak. Cloak can search follow-up. Just Boots. I guess he hasn't used Boots yet, so that is that. Okay, so he can still do that.
That's not what I did wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because now he can still special summon Boots because he hasn't used the effect.
See, that's what true
because
testing's about, Shane. It's about helping one another.
Yeah.
now he's going to take the Boots, and he's going to take the Torn Scales. That's going to overlay for a Break Sword here.
It's for sort of Psyche.
Obviously under the Rusty Arrow.
Shouldn't I summon this one? Doesn't that pop one?
Yep, so we're going to summon Break Sword under the Rusty Arrow. Then he's going to trigger Break Sword Rusty to pop Yazi.
Effect on destroy this?
He does. You can summon with that.
And I was basically telling him, no, you should probably do the Break Sword because Break Sword allows you to summon back.
Summons anywhere, right? So if I do that, I have to.
So if you use Break Sword effect, then you could pop Yazi, you can pop Break Sword, and then you can
That one pop. Makes no sense.
then at that point
Pop himself in this, right?
use Break Sword to summon back the 2.
Shouldn't actually just pop himself in this.
Doesn't really do much for him at 2 level 4s. I guess you go Evil Swarm, I think is what his card is. We're gonna get Yazi's Effect Engrave. Yazi's Effect Engrave is then gonna allow me to go ahead and special summon.
It's not stall, it's burn. I got burn cards in there, don't I?
I'm not sure what I could bring out. Maybe GG.
What?
I already went through my Tai, so
Play one of this. It makes no difference.
I do go ahead and bring out the GG. That's just for follow up, or and provide a body
It's level 4.
and have it engraved. So I think here he goes for the Evil Swarm Nightmare. So he is looking at his grave. I'm pretty confident that he's got me here. I don't have anything else really going on. It looks like I have 1 card in hand, so I'm pretty sure Shane's gonna body me here. And
He's a slow player. He's learning though. It's okay. I sympathize with you. That's your
so he is gonna go ahead and overlay. He plays Evil Swarm, which is a little different than a PK build. We're again testing it out. It is gonna come up here where it's gonna be impactful, especially against me when I have to target monsters on the field in order to summon my monsters. So
And they play that.
Seems very good.
I think that this is going to do it for him, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start the sign out here. And I appreciate everybody that's walked through and watched this video with me. We're live testing here and just kind of watching it back, making sure to see what our plays are that are more optimal and what we could have done. So if you're still here, I appreciate everybody. And Yeah, this is pretty good. We're gonna get back into the locals videos coming up, where I have a lot of me testing and a lot of Striker with our third partner, so we can see those back. Yeah, guys, this is been a pretty good testing video. So little PKVW rivalry right here, right, for top spots. So without further ado, this has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG signing out.
House of Cards.
TCG.